So Clifford St. Nicholas took the stand in his own defense today. He's accused of shooting his girlfriend over burnt rice. She survived, but died a year later. Here's what St. Nicholas told the jury.
He cried at times, especially when he spoke about binge using crystal methamphetamine the week leading up to the shooting on January 26, 2013. But for the most part, St. Nicholas says he couldn't recall all the details of the shooting. That's because he was too high at the time. In the days preceding the shooting, St. Nicholas says he used ice through different methods, from smoking it to shooting it up his arm. The last time he had smoked ice was just a few hours before the incident. In fact, he says he was still high at the time Valine Borja was shot. His defense attorney, Doug Moylan, asked him if he recalls driving her to the Dedito fire station. His answer, "I may have." "Do you remember shooting her?" His response, "I may have." But when asked whether he ever intended on shooting his girlfriend, St. Nicholas said no. Under cross-examination, prosecutor Gerald Henderson asked him a host of questions that could implicate him, like whether he told his friend, David Mendiola, who was at St. Nicholas's ranch at the time, "Help me, I shot her," or "Take the bullet out," "Get rid of the gun," "I accidentally shot Val." Each time, St. Nicholas responded with, "I am not sure." St. Nicholas's defense rests largely on the idea that Borja could have been shot by a stray bullet. St. Nicholas said the surrounding area of his ranch is mostly jungle, and he often sees wild pigs roaming. He also testified that he's heard gunshots in the area, and he always assumed it was neighbors hunting wild pigs or shooting stray animals. But the prosecution disagrees with the stray bullet theory. They believe St. Nicholas intended to kill his girlfriend after they argued over burnt rice. There is direct evidence in the case, but there is also circumstantial evidence. For one, St. Nicholas was never tested for any gunshot residue. Neither was the victim to compare whether the powder came from the same rifle that St. Nicholas often used for target practice. A ballistics test was never conducted to compare the bullet that was retrieved from Borja's neck to that of the rifle. Guam Police Firearms Examiner Officer John Tikenko acknowledged that no tests were ever done.
St. Nicholas is facing murder charges and, if found guilty, could be sentenced to life in prison.